especially talking about governance issues. As Auditor General, Daniel Yao Domelevo begins his compulsory leave today. Now, the minority in Parliament says the President's proceed on leave directive is an attempt by government to cover up alleged corruption associated with COVID-19 spending. According to the Vice Chair of Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, Edward Kale Awoladeri, the government feels threatened by the presence of Domelevo due to alleged corrupt practices within the MPP government. The Lambusie Member of Parliament said the MPP government has failed so far in the fight against corruption. On Monday, President Akufo-Addo ordered the Auditor General to take accumulated leave of 123 days. The leave started from July 1, 2020. The minority in Parliament is unhappy about this development. The Vice Chairman of Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, Edward Kale Awoladeri, says government is threatened by the presence of Yao Domelevo due to alleged corrupt practices within the MPP government.
But if I were him, under the circumstances and what is happening in this country, it is very obvious and very clear to people today that it could not possibly just have been the case that Domelevo have to go on leave. There is an underpinning cause to this issue.
Which is?
That I believe should be the case. Mr. Joe, you work in an institution, and of course, it is no longer a new to anybody in this country that when Domelevo started being on government official net to account to the state and the kind of resistance and comments that came out, I wasn't surprised seeing that he's been directed to go on leave, and possibly, I know, they will not want Domelevo to come back. That is the indication. I can foresee that is what it is leading to. But ask yourself today, it is so shocking that the person who is fighting corruption, there are people who are thinking that they should rather fight this person, the one who is fighting. And if the president believes that, yes, we want to nip corruption in the bud, I thought Domelevo is one of the key persons in this country who should lead that crusade. And if the president actually believes in accountability, that he really wants to account to the good people of Ghana, Domelevo should be one individual who should lead this crusade. And if today this is the position of the president, it will then be so obvious to you that, and every Ghanaian, that there are issues the president will want to hide behind him.
But a Deputy Majority Whip, Matthew Nyindam, disagreed with the claims by the minority over alleged cover-up by government. He added that the acting Deputy Auditor General and the entire audit service as an institution is competent enough to work in the absence of the Auditor General, Yao Domelevo.
It is not just about proceeding on leave. The President has asked him to take his accumulated leave. We all know that if man is working, man must rest. And I think it is not out of order for the President to ask the Auditor General to have an accumulated leave. Akpo is not the Auditor General as an individual. It is the institution. So the fact that he is going on leave doesn't mean that he's gone away with the system called the Auditor General system. And for that matter, nobody should be fooled by saying that somebody is taking him out because he doesn't want corruption to be fought. In any case, there are other systems that are operating apart from the Auditor General system. So I will beg people that, look, the President has asked the man to take an accumulated leave. So be it.
We do know that a number of civil society organizations, including the Ghana Integrity Initiative, have been meeting to, among others, discuss the implication of the President directive. Well, as we move on and dig deeper into some of these issues, we'll have to take a break. But before we take that break, let's ask those who have been advocating the subject of corruption and anti-corruption. And we do have on the line co-chair for the anti-corruption organization, Citizen Movement Against Corruption, Adam Senano is joining me. Good evening to you. We have to take a look at this. These accusations by the Member of Parliament, are they forthright?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Which accusations are those you're referring to?
The Member of Parliament is raising issues about government's commitment to the fight against corruption and how it has been tarnished by this directive given by the President.
Well, to raise concerns about this is a very valid thing because we are wondering whether this was the best way to go. We think that it's a dangerous precedent because if presidents begin to order the heads of independent institutions of state to go on leave, what happens one day when somebody else, the electoral commissioner, could be sent by a president home? We think this should have been managed much better, especially given the particular portfolio Mr. Domlevo handles and the issues at stake. So it's a relevant concern. We don't know whether, I can't say that it tarnishes completely or whatever, but it is of great concern to us.
Now, for you, civil society organizations, especially working in governance and anti-corruption, as you met, was this a subject of discussion as well? And what were some of the conclusions that you reached?
Oh, it's a major enough consensus that next week we will be in business talking. We are likely to have a press conference, and we have a number of actions. We need to have people look at this matter again and consider the implications for the future of this country.
As a way not to preempt what the content of that press conference will be, does it ultimately mean that you are calling on government to take a relook at this directive?
Absolutely. We are not sure that the president has been well advised. We think that the democratic credentials of our president are such that he needs to take a second look at this and the implications for good governance in this country. And so we will be making that request as well, amongst other things that we will be talking about.
The request that?
Oh, bring the Auditor General back.
But he's supposed to proceed on leave. 123 days he didn't take.
Well, we've already indicated there are issues with that. The labor law talks about how leave not taking is forfeited. So we are wondering how we can have a state of accumulated leave. We are wondering whether the president, the vice president, the electoral commissioner, others don't have accumulated leave. What are the implications of all of that? So it's not as simple as that. It's a slippery slope. We need to be very careful and cautious.
Right. What time is that press conference tomorrow? Who would like to be there?
It's supposed to be, we are looking at Tuesday. So you'll hear from the coalition in due course.
Well, I think Tuesday is even far, but don't worry, we'll still be there.
You can keep engaging us, and definitely we're trying to make sure that we are not just having a talk shop. We want people to understand that, look, the implications. Let's not just do things anyhow. Let's think through them and make sure that the laws of the land allow us to guide this nation forward in a way that collectively we are proud of.
Well, that's Edem Senanu, and Edem Senanu is an anti-graft or anti-corruption campaigner. He's co-chaired the Citizen Movement Against Corruption, and he says they're having a press conference on Tuesday. We'll wait for that, but